Cup in April and indeed on his reappearance at Wetherby this season. Earlier I asked trainer Monica Dickinson how good a performance it was at Wetherby.
Well, he didn't have a lot to beat. The ground was very firm, there weren't very many runners. Carpenter's Way he beat quite well. He had to struggle a bit, but I think our horse was very big and he was giving a lot of weight.
Would he come on a fair bit for that, do you think?
I'm hoping so, yes. He's a very difficult horse. Well, he's an easy horse in one way. In fact, he doesn't require much work and you've got to be very, very careful you don't overdo him.
So you've had 5 weeks since then?
Yes. Well, he's had a few gallops since then.
And how is the course and the ground going to suit him today?
I would think all right, because he has quite a bit of foot. Good. The going is good, I think. Very good, yes.
Is he a worthy favourite?
Well, I don't know. You see, he's gone up so much in the weights, hasn't he? It's terrible. And 10 stone he had in the Whitbread, and now he's top weight in this, you see, and it isn't very many months, is it? We'll have to wait and see.
See, indeed. Well, that's Monica Dickinson. And by the way, his chief market rival is Elm Boy, the former top hunter chaser who gained his first open win at Cheltenham 2 weeks ago.
And levelling up for home with 1 fence left to jump. And it's Elm Boy in the lead from Burnt Oak, Don Sabreur, Everett trying to come there again on the stand side as they come down to the final fence. Elm Boy is going to land in the lead. Elm Boy lands in the lead, Don Sabreur second, Everett on the stand side is still making ground, Burnt Oak is dropping out of it, it's Don Sabreur now, and Elm Boy as they race into the closing stages. Elm Boy on the far side from Don Sabreur on the near side, Elm Boy is going to win it up the line, Elm Boy is the winner, second is Don Sabreur, third...
Yes, Elm Boy, and here he is, who was ridden that day by George Myrna because his intended regular jockey, Anthony Webber, had been injured in a bad fall at Huntingdon. I asked Anthony exactly what were his injuries.
Originally, sort of on the ground on the day, the chief worry was the neck. It felt like someone had just driven a bolt through it, like on the Hammer films. But the ambulance man tested that out, and if it had been broken, it would have come right off. And then really it was just a crack in the shoulder that took a while, and my back with a bit of sciatica like Neil Doughty has. Physiotherapist, Mrs. Whitehead, put that right for me.
But you started riding on Wednesday. You've had 9 rides since then. Have there been any twinges?
No, we got a bit tested when a loose horse sent us flying at Worcester, and it's survived that all right. So
and Elm Boy, do you feel he's come on since Cheltenham?
Definitely has. Rode him up at Mrs. Courage's, where Spanish Steps did his last bit of work before winning this race on Wednesday, and he's definitely tightened up and is a racehorse at home now as well as on the course.
Is he a good enough horse to win a race like this?
He's definitely the right sort of horse for the race, and with the handicap of giving him 10-12, and that sounds right, and the bookmakers give him a great chance. It does look as if this could well be his day.
Tony Webber there, and the only other previous big race winner in the field is Ryman Reason, who became the first British trained winner of the Irish Grand National for 57 years at Ferryhouse this spring.
And it's Ryman Reason who's in front, Seskin Bridge is second, Future Prosperity is third, as they head now to the final fence, and it's Ryman Reason, and over on the far side, Seskin Bridge. Ryman Reason is up and over, Seskin Bridge is up and over, and Future Prosperity is next, and as they race down to the finish now, Graham Bradley is out there in front, he's making history, not since Don Pancho in 1928. Ryman Reason has justified favouritism. He's justified coming to Ferryhouse. The English horse has won. Seskin Bridge is second. Column is third.
Ryman Reason, who would certainly have preferred a little more give in the ground than there is today. So 15 runners for a first prize of £17,474, and their name now by Peter Issa.
And number 2 is By the Way, written by Robert Earnshaw. 4, Ryman Reason, Graham Bradley. 5, Mari Venture, Steve Knight, carrying Mr. Jim Gill's second colour. 6 is Gallagher, Kevin Mooney. 7, Elm Boy, Tony Webber. 8, Tom's Little L, Colin Brown. 10, Run and Skip, Sam Moorehead. 11, Dorlatch, Richard Rowe. 15, Charter Party, Peter Scudamore. 16, Glide Court, Simon Sherwood. 17, Galway Blaze, Mark Dwyer. 18, Don Sabreur, Richard Dunwoody. 19, Integration, Hugh Davis. 21, Mount Oliver, Mike Williams. 22, Cobley Express, written by Rod Millman.
And the favourite, by the way, is 11-4. Elm Boy and Charter Party 5-1. Galway Blaze 6-1. Run and Skip 8-1. Door Latch and Rhyme and Reason are on 10-1. Glide Court is 14, so is Gallagher, and it's 20-1 bar these.
So the Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup, what a race this is, and it's certainly not going to be disappointing this year. Every year it throws up something. The first of them there, coming out the top weight with 11 stone 7 on his back, and Robert Earnshaw, by the way. Strapping big horse by Proverb, and he was produced yet again by Jeremy Maxwell in the north of Ireland. How many good horses has he sent over to various trainers in Britain? And what a cracking horse he is. But as Monica Dickinson told you, and there she is walking out with the horse, he has risen considerably in the weight. Following him, Rhyme and Reason, just the opposite, though he's tiny. And funny enough, he was bred by Jeremy Maxwell's wife, Judy, so they've got quite a throw in this race. Following him, Mari Venture. And Mari Venture, very, very good. Course winner, trained by Andy Turnell, ridden by Steve Knight. Following him, Gallagher from Fulk Warwin's Yard. He's going for his 8th win in this race. Would you believe it? Fulk Warwin, 75 years old, ridden by Kevin Mooney. Then we have Elm Boy, the Hunter Chaser, bred, owned and trained by Norman Ball, a Banbury farmer. Strapping big animal, this, and by golly, there'll be a shout if he wins it. Following him, we should have the grade, Tom's Little Owl. He'll be blinkered. There he is, loves to bowl along up in front or can come from behind. He doesn't mind either way. Then we have Run and Skip, and the horse is out on the course now, actually parading for this vast crowd here at Newbury. Always one of the most popular days for the punters. So the latest price, 11-4 favourite. It's 5-1 bar. By the way, top of the handicap. The ground not too bad here at all, though. And this Rhyme and Reason, not very big at all. I've seen his dam in Northern Ireland, and she's a pony. She's no bigger than those white railings. His latest price, 10-1. Graham Bradley in the saddle, the most stylish jockey riding these days. Then we have the colours of Maury Venture here. Used to run for the late Major Jack Rubin. And now Steve Knight in the saddle, and looking very well, this horse, but he may just want this first run of the season. Then Gallagher finished 5th on his only run this season at Warwick behind Run and Skip, a 14-1 shot at the moment. Then Elm Boy, big horse, covers a lot of ground. Anthony Webber in the saddle, 5-1 shot, and as I say, this would be a popular win. Behind him, we've got Tom's Little Owl, owned in the West Country by Tom Stadnon, trained there by Billy Williams, 33-1 shot, and Colin Brown has the mount. Run and Skip, not very big, but very useful, trained by John Spearing, ridden by Sam Moorehead, a 7-1 shot, and he won the other day with West Tip well behind him. Gallagher was 5th. That was at Warwick, and it was a course record time. After him, we have Door Latch, 10-1 shot. Big baby last year, but a very good horse. He chased Run and Skip, not Run and Skip, West Tip home on 2 occasions. This is a useful horse, and he's fancied. Richard Rowe gets the mount. Charter Party from David Nicholson's stable. He's already had a winner so far this afternoon. 5-1 shot. Peter Scudamore gets the ride, and this horse has won 3 times at Newbury. Loves the track. Does make an occasional mistake, though. And that applies also to the next one. This is Glide Court following him. And he also hits the deck quite regularly, but when he doesn't, he's pretty useful. 14-1 shot. If he can pick his feet up, he should go well. Simon Sherwood getting the mount for Chris Cronin, the owner here. Fred Winter, the trainer. Galway Blaze behind him, Mark Dwyer. This one has been back down from 20-1 to 6-1 in the last 8 days. He had a run 8 days ago, but his course appearances have been rather sporadic, and he's obviously had training problems, and looks as if the race might just do him a little bit of good. And he's got an action that suggests he wants much softer ground than we've got here today. Then Don Sabreur in the yellow colours, finished 2nd to Elm Boy at Cheltenham last time, 20-1 shot, ridden by Richard Dunwoody, one of the most interesting young jockeys, and he'll be here for a long time to come yet. Following him, another horse trained by a lesser-known man. There's Integration, trained by Edward Retter in the West Country, a winner at Ascot last time, and a 33-1 shot, Huell Davis in the plate. Mount Oliver next in the stripes. This one trained by Michael Scudamore, the father of Peter, ridden by Mike Williams. Good little jockey Mike, doesn't get all that many opportunities. And this one, ranking amongst the outsiders. Then Barry Isaacs, Cobley Express, he owns and trains this one. He's a builder from Torquay and has had a tremendous run with this fella. He's been mopping up the wins. We've got a most peculiar sort of blanket clip there. Don't think that your screens have gone wrong, because he's not a jewel-coloured horse. They've just left the hair on the top of his back to keep the warmth there along his spine. Ridden by a young Rod Millman, and this one going down like a dose of salt. So let's hope he comes back the same way. So 3¼ miles to go for this Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup. They start on the far side of the course and they complete almost 2 circuits. There's the grey, Tom's Little Owl. Always wears this visor and carries a lot of condition. I'm sure that this has given his owner a great deal of fun. Tom Stadden, who doesn't always get to the races and may be watching at home today, he's had a lot of fun from this one. There's the favourite, By the Way. Strapping horse, ridden by Robert Earnshaw, and there's his stable jockey companion from the Dickinsons. Next to him, that's Graham Bradley. These two have shared the rides up at the Dickinson stables through 3 trainers there, through Tony, Michael, and now Monica. But these 2 horses very opposite. You can see that the proverb gelding, the chestnut, By the Way, much, much bigger than Rhyme and Reason. And here's another big horse, Elm Boy. How marvellous it must be for a man to breed a horse and then come here to a race like this with a chance. He's 11-2 from 5-1. I wasn't quite sure then, but as he cantered back, it almost looked as if one of his front boots had come undone. It seemed to be flapping around his joint, but we'll see whether that's right a little bit later on. There's Rhyme and Reason. Well, how gutsy he was to win the Irish Grand National. 10-1 shot at the moment. But besides winning there, he's certainly no slow coach, because he's won all over the place. He won it from diverse courses as Liverpool, Taunton and Folkestone. But he probably wants it a lot softer than it is today. I know the stable thinks that he's fit enough to do himself justice, but certainly soft ground would help his cause. An exciting time now for jockeys lining up. They've gone over the orders in their mind. They know what they're going to do. But as you've seen so many times, theory doesn't always turn out when it gets put into practice. Galway Blaze in the light colours there from the all-conquering Jimmy Fitzgerald stable. He won the Gold Cup last year, of course, with Forgive and Forget, horse that's already come out and won this season. And Galway Blaze, when he was first produced, beat stable companion Canny Danny in a novice chase up at Haydock. He's a 7-1 shot and certainly has had a lot of money put on his back. Let's see how they bet.
And he's still on 7-1, Galway Blaze. But By the Way is the favourite, 11-4. Elm Boy and Charter Party, 11-2. Galway Blaze is 7s. Run and Skip is 8-1. Dowlatch and Rhyme and Reason on 10-1. Glide Court and Gallagher, 14-1. And it's from 20-1 the rest.
So theoretically, this is a handicap and they should all have a chance of dead heating. But you know they won't do that. And although they're all handicappers, some of them have got tendencies to miss an odd fence. And when they're really racing down the backside here at Newbury, that's when they'll start to make mistakes. But the bogey is the fence before they turn for home. The cross fence, it's slightly downhill and horses run at it, tend to run in the bottom and then land too steeply, or they'll stand off too far and be overstretched when they get to the far side. Charter Party, who was just in your picture, 11-2 shot, strapping big individual. He's had 1 run so far this season and finished second behind Duke and Milan, only beaten half a length. I know he's fancied, and David Nicholson's stable really in top form at the moment. There he is, number 15. The favourite in those colours, black with the white braces of Chris Feather. Favourite here today, but as Monica Dickinson said, by golly, he's been lumbered with weight. But he's shown in the last few runs that he can carry it. He won with 12 stone 2 at Wetherby. He had carried 12.5 also at Wetherby at the end of last season. So he can carry it. But this is in the top company, and it's a lot to ask. There's a lot of them down on 10 stone. Galway Blaze, Don Sabreur, Integration, Mount Oliver and Cobley Express. So a lot of weight being given away here. Elm Boy nearest to us. Norman Maul has bred this one. He's a hunting farmer from Banbury. And it looks as if they're starting to get in some sort of order, so let's join Peter.
Yes, Richard, by the way, the 11-4 favourite. Charter Party 11-2, Elm Boy 6 on the same mark as Galway Blaze, come in a point 8-1, bar those 4. And the starter just asking these 15 runners now, who will be facing 21 fences, to sort themselves out for the 29th running of the Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup. Tremendous crowd here at Newbury this afternoon, packing down in front of the stands by the water jump, which in this case will be number 11. That's Gallagher, number 6. That's Integration, 19, walking right, followed by Rhyme and Reason. And Galway Blaze, 17. Mount Oliver, the striped colours. The favourite, by the way, and the starter says, come on. Get ready to line up. Dorlatch and Charter Party just a little bit behind the others at the moment. Charter Party 5-1. Elm Boy 6 on the same mark as Galway Blaze. 7 bar the 4. And the view from the stands, looking across to the 15 runners, among whom, incidentally, there's just one overweight, Hugh Davis, putting up 5 pound overweight on Integration. Elm Boy just being looked at there. His boots being adjusted. Star, former hunter chaser, who will be bidding this afternoon to show that he's worthy of the top flight. Glide caught there, walking right. Gallagher on his far side. Gallagher, incidentally, trained by Fulk Warwin, already responsible for no less than 7 Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup winners. See if there's any disquiet about Elm Boy. Starter talking to his rider, Anthony Webber, and in fact that protective boot looks as though it has been removed. And the crowd asked to move back from the water as the starter calls them in. There it is, obstacle number 11, and this looks like it. Walking up steadily to the tape, they're under orders. Run and Skip jumps off in the lead as they race towards the first. Run and Skip from Cobley Express and Tom's Little Al and Gallagher. Then comes By the Way with Dorlatch on the inside, then Maori Venture. Rhyme and Reason jumped it last, and they're all safely over the first, and Run and Skip now from Tom's Little Owl. Then comes Gallagher and Dorlatch. Dorlatch just reached for that one a little bit, but he's okay. Tom's Little Owl, Run and Skip, Dorlatch, Gallagher. Then By the Way as they come to the third. Tom's Little Owl, Run and Skip, Dorlatch. A mistake there by Cobley Express, who lost a little bit of ground. Gallagher is fourth. Then comes By the Way and Glide caught on the inner, and then Elm Boy as they jump the fourth. Tom's Little Owl, the grey, and all safely over the fourth. Run and Skip, Tom's Little Owl. Then Dorlatch and Gallagher. Then By the Way as they jump the fifth. Maori Venture is next, and then Glide caught. Beginning now to swing left-handed. Tom's Little Owl on the inside of Run and Skip. Gallagher is next. Then By the Way on the outside of Dorlatch, who is fifth. They swing left-handed out of the backstretch for the first time. Maori Venture is sixth. Glide Court comes next. In behind him, Galway Blaze and Charter Party and Don Sabreur. Coming now towards the cross fence. Run and Skip, number 6 this, and Tom's Little Owl still matching strides. Tom's Little Owl loses a little bit of ground at that one. They're all safely over it. Rhyme and Reason was the back marker. Run and Skip. Back this morning with Ladbrokes to win 150,000 at 12 to 1 down to 10 to 1. The leader from Tom's Little Owl, then Gallagher, and by the way, behind him come Door Latch and Mari Venture, then Glide Court over on the far rail. Over the 7th, Run and Skip and Tom's Little Owl. By the way, who's been jumping very fast and accurately so far. Gallagher comes next. This is the second of 4 ditches. And they're all safely over it. Run and Skip in the lead from Tom's Little Owl and Gallagher, and by the way, and Glide Court and Don Sabra and Charter Party and Galway Blaze and Door Latch. Running down to the next, number 10 of the 21 fences in all. Run and Skip from Tom's Little Owl and Gallagher, and by the way, and Door Latch and Glide Court and Don Sabra and Galway Blaze and Charter Party and Elm Boy and Mari Venture, and behind them Cobley Express, Rhyme and Reason, Integration, and now the back marker is Mount Oliver as they come to the water. Run and Skip from Gallagher and Tom's Little Owl over the water. Run and Skip on the near side from Tom's Little Owl and Gallagher and Door Latch, and then by the way, behind by the way is Glide Court, then Rhyme and Reason, then comes Don Sabra and Elm Boy and Galway Blaze and Charter Party racing side by side. The back marker now is Mari Venture. And Run and Skip, who's made just about all so far, disputed it a lot with Tom's Little Owl, but been barely headed. Still in the lead over on the far side as they come to the 12th. Run and Skip from Tom's Little Owl. Door Latch jumps beautifully on the far side, and there Tom's Little Owl lost a little bit of ground. Run and Skip wasn't foot perfect. Gallagher's disputing it now with Run and Skip as they come to the 3rd ditch. Gallagher, Door Latch and Run and Skip. Then just in behind them come By the Way. Behind By the Way is Glide Court. Then comes Charter Party and Galway Blaze, still racing upside each other. Run and Skip and Door Latch there from Gallagher. Behind Gallagher is Glide Court, and then By the Way. Then Galway Blaze making ground on the outside of Charter Party. They've got 7 left to jump. Run and Skip and Door Latch. Door Latch the leader at that one. Door Latch from Run and Skip. Then comes Gallagher and Glide Court. Then By the Way. Then Galway Blaze still making progress just in behind him. They're 6 from home now. Then comes Charter Party, and then Elm Boy, who's trying to get in the party with Rhyme and Reason. And now they're racing out of the backstretch, and as they do so, we go back and join the leaders and see it's Run and Skip from Door Latch in 2nd. Glide Court is 3rd. By the Way is 4th. 5 and 6 are Galway Blaze and Charter Party as they swing left-handed and run now towards the cross fence. Run and Skip from Door Latch. Then comes Glide Court. Then Galway Blaze. Behind Galway Blaze is By the Way at the cross fence. And over it, Run and Skip from Door Latch. Glide Court. Galway Blaze now in 4th. Charter Party is 5. On Your Way, By the Way is losing ground in 6th. They're racing into the home turn now and round it, and they've got 4 fences left to jump in the Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup, and it's Run and Skip over on the far side. From on the near side, Door Latch. Then comes over on the far side Glide Court. Galway Blaze still going. No, Charter Party's a faller there. Charter Party is a faller. They're racing now towards the final ditch. And as they come to the final ditch, it's Run and Skip. Door Latch over on the far side, Glide Court. Galway Blaze is 4th, very close. Coming down towards the 2nd last now. Run and Skip. Galway Blaze coming there strongly. Door Latch towards the near side. Glide Court over on the far side. Galway Blaze and Door Latch. They're coming now towards the final fence. Galway Blaze has got the advantage over Door Latch and Run and Skip. Mark Dwyer on Galway Blaze, looking as though he's only going to jump the last to win the Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup. He comes to it, here's Prick, strides away from it fast. It's Galway Blaze striding away now from Run and Skip. In 3rd is Door Latch, then comes Glide Court. Galway Blaze sprinting now as he races towards the line to win the Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup in tremendous style. Galway Blaze is the winner, 2nd is Run and Skip. Dorlatch is third, 4 Glide Court, 5 Rhyme and Reason, 6 Elm Boy, 7 behind Elm Boy is Mari Venture. And so the result of the 1985 Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup. Another triumph for Jimmy Fitzgerald, the winner number 17, Galway Blaze, owned by Mrs. R.S. Formby, trained by Jimmy Fitzgerald and ridden by Mark Dwyer. Second was number 10, Run and Skip, owned by Mr. W. Mazouk, trained by John Spearing and ridden by Sam Moorshead. And third, number 11, Dorlatch, owned by Mr. Jim Joel, trained by Josh Gifford and ridden by Richard Rowe. Fourth was number 16, Glide Court. So Jimmy Fitzgerald, who rode the third 20 years ago to Arkle, on Braysher that was, now comes back to train the winner, and here's how he trained it. His brilliance with KUD in the Cesarewitch. Galway Blaze, ultimately the 11-2 winner by no less than 12 lengths, with 5 lengths separating second and third. And the full starting price is as follows.
First, number 17, Galway Blaze, 11-2.